effective against the Miracle Rogue, but
Yeah, he's got a lot of dead draws against Miracle Rogue. I mean, obviously, Black Knight is still just a 4/5 against Miracle Rogue, but playing a 6-mana 4/5, not exactly what you want to be doing against Miracle.
right. Okay, well, looks like Admirable's going to be throwing away all those cards here. Let's see what he ends up getting here. Oh, we can't be happy with those. Probably was hoping for Innervate or some kind of Yeti or that type of card. But Keeper of the Grove is going to be a decent card for him. But Stampede Kodo doesn't have very many targets in the Miracle Rogue. Is
Yeah, I think it's
Thalnos the only
just
target?
Thalnos.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay, he's got two of those
Or
guys
if
too.
I guess if you silence Van Cleef.
Hmm. He does have one Defender of Argus, which can help against preventing some of the Leroy combo and that sort of thing at the end. So we can see how Admirable feels about his draw there. Not happy at all. And
Yeah.
Kungen didn't start off with a really strong draw either, quite honestly. So we're not going to see too much going on the first couple turns. Oh, he does get the gadgets and the conceal though. So this is gonna be really, really great for him when it comes time for turns
Yeah.
5 and 6.
At the very least, Admirable can innervate out the Drake, then play the Keeper, then play the Kodo.
Yeah.
So at least they'll have like some reasonable pressure plays, but yeah, it's definitely not feeling good about this right now.
Okay, gets the Azure Drake on the board. It's not gonna be easy for him to deal with this.
Yeah, he doesn't
Sap would
have
not be
any-
useful here.
not any good way to deal with this. So I mean, maybe you can just like
Throw
Oh,
the
man,
Earthen down.
yeah, do you hit it and then throw the Earthen down? Like that seems kind of poor. Maybe
I don't
just
think
like
it's necessary because you have a Shiv too. So he's gonna actually go ahead and sap it.
Okay.
Sap's good, but you're gonna potentially give him another card when he throws it down again, and you're not really gaining any tempo here.
Well, he can't throw it down again this turn,
Mhm.
so he has to have another play instead.
True.
Keeper of the Grove is a decent follow-up, but yeah, that sap might not have been the best value there.
Yeah, he's pretty desperate though. He didn't have anything. He could have just risked drawing the next turn and seeing if he could draw an answer, which a backstab would have been okay. But regardless, he's in better shape than he was last turn, and now that Azure Drake comes back down, draws another card, and Admirable's starting to look pretty good here.
Yeah, he's got a Force of Nature in hand, which can represent quite a bit of burst damage if he draws a Savage Roar as well. He can choose between throwing down multiple minions next turn or, like a Kodo or something like that. Yeah, he's actually looking like he's actually in pretty good shape now, which is kind of crazy considering where his starting hand was.
Yeah, Kungen didn't start out with a very good hand at all, but now he's going to get the Gadgets and Conceal. He's thinking about something though. What do you think he's thinking about, Kiki?
I think he's thinking about whether he wants to kill the 2/4 or kill the Drake.
Okay.
Like this way, actually, he can backstab the Drake, hit the 2/4, and then like coin conceal.
Yeah.
That actually might not be too bad. He might just kill the Drake and then coin conceal as well, which it looks like he's going to do. And then, he's got that Gadgetzin on board and pretty much no way for Admirable to deal with it. So
Yeah, and that slow start, I think it might actually be rectified here in the next turn, given that he's going to be drawing potentially 3 to 4 cards, maybe even more. Okay, we'll see what Admirable does here. He's going to just kind of fill the board even more, throw up a couple taunts here. He does have 3 taunts in his deck, 2 Sun Fury Protectors and 1 Argus.
Kungen's going to draw all the cards this turn.
Yeah, yes. Okay, he doesn't have a prep though, so there's only a limit that he can go. He might start off with the Eviscerate, remove one of these guys.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he might just remove the
Shiv,
2/4
too.
by attacking. Like he does
Yeah.
have a Fan of Knives and a Shiv, so he's got quite a bit of like kind of AOE damage and direct damage as well.
He can actually remove the 2/3 too, and
Yeah, and
just
then
remove
Fan
the
of
hardest
Knives.
column altogether. Yeah,
Yeah,
the damage
that's
column.
probably. Well, he could just Shiv the 2/1 and then Eviscerate the 2/4.
Yeah.
Seems pretty reasonable. I mean, it doesn't protect his Gadgetzin, but he does have the other one in hand, so It might actually not be much of a
He's
concern.
got 2
for him.
eviscerates now. He could actually use both of them if he wanted to.
Yeah, protect his Gadgetzan. Although,
Hmm.
that backstab is actually going to do the trick as well, because now he can just backstab in hero power.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a lot better option. Save that eviscerate for another, Keeper of the Grove, whatever's left. There's definitely some bigger units left in the Druid deck here.
Yeah, and he's definitely gonna clear away that 2-1, I think. Oh, he's gonna prep Fan of Knives. Alright.
Okay, alright, he's going to draw 3 more cards here.
Does he overdraw? Yeah, he does overdraw.
Oh my goodness, he does overdraw. Oh, and then the look on his face, he realizes it. Runs out of time too, and
the only upside for him is that he can't counterfeit Leroy by drawing as the 11th. So there is that.
He could lose the another shadow step, which could potentially give him a nice lethal condition. But looks like the Kodo is going to be going down. He's going to remove the Gadgetzan, and he burns a Drake. Was that a Drake?
Yeah,
that he
it was a Drake. That's pretty harmless. He's just going to Drake and then eviscerate the Kodo.
Not too bad.
Yeah, mostly harmless.
I mean, that's the thing about the Miracle Rogue. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful about those cards that actually give you cards, because you end up gaining an extra, just gaining card count in your hand. Looks like Admirable's got the Force of Nature now, so if he could get the Savage Roar 2 and work Kungen down just a little bit more, then he could set up a lethal combo, starting at maybe, I don't know, maybe turn 10 or something like that. But he could swipe this. What do you think is going to be the best move here?
I mean, it's kind of weird because it looks like swiping the Drake and then shooting for 2 is the best use of mana. But you kind of have to save that Keeper for Edwin. I mean, whether Kungen's drawn it or not, he's got a lot of cards in hand. And Admirable has no way to deal with another giant Edwin Van Cleef.
Yeah.
So,
well, he does have a big game hunter, but even a 6/6 Edwin Van Cleef would be very problematic for him.
Yeah,
looks like Kungen's going to go with the Assassin's Blade here. Really nice.
But yeah, I like the line he took with the swipe, Hero Power, and Sun Fury. I think that was probably the best available line. Ancient of Draw 2 cards.
Alright, well, it looks like Ancient of Draw 2 cards. Exactly. Alright, he's going to throw on the Kodo here. It's a nice taunt target. And it's kind of nice to see that the Kodo has a alt is being used in this fashion, even though the battle cry is not effective against this deck at all. But the nice 5 health, really beefy unit is going to be very tough for him to remove. 6 health now after the Argus.
The Kodo's got a pretty big butt, so
yeah, a big butt.
I kind of am surprised that he threw down Kodo Defender instead of just kind of draw 2. I mean, he's at a pretty high life total. There's not a whole lot of reason to be scared yet. Obviously, Miracle Rogue can deal a ton of damage in one turn. But I think I'd rather play the more expensive card and then potentially get a double taunt the next turn.
Yeah.
Rather than, just throwing down an immediate taunt.
He's got the option to Cold Blood here and just throw the SI agent into the Kodo. Looks like he's considering it. He's going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, saves himself some damage. I mean, gets a pretty big Van Cleef. I'm actually kind of surprised that he didn't just throw down the SI7 agent first, because that would have been an 8/8. But I guess he's playing around Big Game Hunter.
Yeah, he does know that Admirable runs a Big Game Hunter, so he's definitely playing around it, and it's a good play.
I mean, it's one of the decisions you always have to make, right? Do I play around something or do I not? But if he's playing around Big Game Hunter, it's pretty smart. It does still get dropped to a 2/2 by by the Keeper of the Grove. But,
yeah, but he doesn't know that, of course.
Well, yeah, I mean, he does know that he's got one Keeper left, and he's got one...
True.
Well, he's got the Big Game Hunter as well, so...
Okay, so Kungen got some options. Lots of options to remove that Keeper with his weapon or even a Shiv. But he's got another Gadgetzan, too, so...
He always has lots of options, man.
Yeah,
he's playing
well, that's very true. That's very true. He's got 2 Shadow sets and the Leroy. He's used 1 Cold Blood already. So...
Kind of actually in a weird spot. He doesn't really want to draw that many more cards. Just because he's only got like 3 or 4 left in his deck, I think, maybe 5.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay,
yeah,
so
his
Gadgetzan could
deck is
actually
getting pretty small.
Gadgetzan could
So-
maybe kill him potentially
Yeah,
if he
he's
doesn't
got
do
to
this.
find ways to get damage without like drawing out his deck and fatiguing himself, and while maintaining just enough damage for lethal. Like he still has to get damage on Admirable somehow.
Okay, Blade Flare is going to be a great draw. He's going to do 6 damage to him, and he preps that. Goes for the.
Blade
Whoa, he's
Flurry.
going.
Well, I mean that was a pretty big mistake. Oh, okay, never mind. He has lethal.
No,
right?
Yeah, so
yeah,
he's
never
going to
mind.
actually do it. Oh, he's got.
I guess it
lethal.
didn't matter.
Yeah.
He should have cast the first Leroy, but ooh, he barely got it back.
Yeah,
Didn't
that
have
was-
enough time. So yeah, he should have. I mean, he was hurried, but he can still like Leroy and then Blade Flurry and then hit. And at least Admirable has a couple less tokens. Okay, and Admirable's just going to concede because
Oh, Admirable's gonna.
yeah, he's going to
Yeah, it's the
concede because
sportsmanship
Kungen had the
move here.
lethal.
Yeah, and
I mean, he could gain 5 and hero power for another HP, but
and
he's
Admirable's
gonna
gonna do
concede
the
to the-
sportsmanship. Yeah.